What if I told you that John Huston, the famous film director from the golden age of Hollywood, had an illicit child with Enrica Soma, a renowned ballerina? Hollywood has always been a place where stars lead glamorous lives on the surface, but behind the scenes, secrets often lurk. Scandals, affairs, and hidden relationships were, and still are, a part of the fabric of the industry. In this world of fame and fortune, where reputations could make or break careers, some of the biggest names concealed their personal lives. Stay with us and we reveal one more love child that you may never ever thought was actually a love child. Joan Jackson, Daddy's Girl. Joe Jackson, the famously strict father and manager of the Jackson family, is widely known for shaping the careers of some of the most iconic musicians in history, including his children Michael and Janet Jackson. But behind his role as a disciplinarian and determined music manager, Joe was living a double life, one that remained hidden from the public for many years. While his priority appeared to be turning his children into international superstars, he was also harboring a well-kept secret. Another daughter, Joan Jackson, born from a long-running affair. Joe Jackson's public persona was built around his strict, no-nonsense approach to parenting, which he applied in order to push his children toward fame. From intense rehearsals to demanding performances, Joe treated his children like clients rather than sons and daughters, insisting they call him Joseph rather than Dad. His authoritarian methods led to great success, but also resulted in emotional scars for his children, particularly Michael Jackson, who would later reveal the toll his father's harsh discipline took on him. Yet while Joe was in the spotlight as the tough manager of the Jackson 5, he was leading a very different life just miles away. In the 1970s, Joe met Cheryl Terrell, a secretary working for the LAPD in Los Angeles. What began as a secret relationship blossomed into a 25-year affair, during which Cheryl gave birth to Joe's daughter, Joan Jackson. Unlike his public family with Katherine Jackson and their children, Joe went to great lengths to keep his relationship with Cheryl and Joan hidden from the world. He maintained two entirely separate lives, one in the limelight and the other cloaked in secrecy. Despite Joe's well-known image as a harsh disciplinarian, Joanne's experience with her father was markedly different. She would later share in her memoir, Bastard Child, that Joe was a loving and attentive father to her in private, taking her and her mother on vacations and showering her with gifts. He was not the overbearing, cold figure he was to the Jackson 5, but a man who was eager to spoil his secret daughter. Joanne fondly recalled that he was very much a presence in my life, and she considered herself to be a true daddy's girl. Yet Joe always reminded her that their relationship had to be kept secret. Joanne grew up understanding the need to live in the shadows of her famous half-siblings, constantly aware of the delicate balance her father was trying to maintain between his two families. Joe would often visit Cheryl and Joanne, staying just 5 miles from the Encino home where his wife Catherine and their children lived. He managed to maintain his relationship with Joanne while convincing his wife and family that his absences were due to business trips or other obligations. While Joanne was privy to the hidden part of Joe's life, she lived in isolation from the rest of the Jackson family. She had few friends, and her life was built around secrecy, never mentioning her father to anyone and avoiding places where she might be recognized. Her upbringing was one filled with contradictions. While she was cherished and cared for by her father in private, she was also living in a world of lies, unable to share the truth about who she was. Ronan Farrow, Frank Sinatra's look-alike. Ronan Farrow, a prominent journalist and human rights advocate, has earned widespread recognition for his groundbreaking investigative work, particularly on sexual abuse cases like the Harvey Weinstein scandal. His work not only helped ignite the Me Too movement, but also earned him a Pulitzer Prize. Despite his impressive career achievements, Ronan's personal life, specifically the question of his paternity, has been the subject of persistent speculation and public fascination. Ronan Farrow was raised as the son of actress Mia Farrow and filmmaker Woody Allen. However, many have long questioned whether Woody Allen is, in fact, Ronan's biological father. Ronan's striking resemblance to the legendary singer Frank Sinatra has fueled rumors for years, leading many to believe that Sinatra, not Allen, may be his true father. The speculation stems from the well-known history between Mia Farrow and Sinatra, who were married for 2 years from 1966 to 1968. Despite their divorce, Mia and Sinatra reportedly remained close, with Mia herself fueling the rumors during a 2013 interview with Vanity Fair, where she cryptically said that Sinatra never really left her life. Ronan was born in December 1987, nearly 2 decades after Mia and Sinatra's divorce. However, given Mia's ongoing friendship with Sinatra, there have been rumors that their romantic relationship may have continued after their marriage ended. Some insiders and members of the public have speculated that Ronan may have been the product of a rekindled affair between Mia and Sinatra during this period. The resemblance between Ronan and Sinatra is difficult to ignore, as many people have pointed out. Ronan has Sinatra's signature blue eyes and facial features that more closely resemble those of the famous crooner than those of Woody Allen. This physical similarity has only intensified the rumors, leading to questions about why Ronan and Mia have never definitively confirmed or denied Sinatra's paternity with a DNA test. Despite the ongoing speculation, Ronan himself has been clear about his stance on the matter. He has publicly dismissed the rumors, stating that Woody Allen is his father, legally, ethically, and personally. In an interview, he once quipped, "Look, we're all possibly Frank Sinatra's son," downplaying the significance of the rumors. He has declined to take a DNA test to put the matter to rest, maintaining that the man who raised him, Woody Allen, was the most important father figure in his life, regardless of biological ties. Ronan's relationship with Woody Allen has also been a complicated and contentious one. Over the years, Ronan has been a vocal critic of Allen, particularly after allegations surfaced that Allen had sexually abused his adopted daughter, Dylan Farrow, when she was a child. Ronan has stood by Dylan throughout the years, supporting her allegations and speaking out against his father, especially in the context of his investigative work on sexual abuse cases. This has led to a public estrangement between Ronan and Woody Allen, further complicating the question of paternity in the eyes of the public. Allegra Houston, the love child of a director and a viscount. Allegra Houston grew up believing that the legendary director John Huston, known for iconic films such as The Maltese Falcon and The African Queen, was her biological father. Raised in the glamorous Houston family, surrounded by Hollywood's elite, Allegra had no reason to doubt her parentage. John Huston treated her as his own, and she was considered a part of his legacy. However, her life took an unexpected turn when later in her youth, she discovered that her biological father was not John Huston, but John Julius Norwich, the Viscount of Norwich, a well-known historian and writer. Allegra's mother, Enrica Soma, a beautiful ballerina who once graced the cover of Life magazine, had an affair with Norwich during a period of estrangement from Huston. Despite their separation, John Huston and Enrica remained married, and John continued to play a significant role in Allegra's life. Tragically, when Allegra was just 4 years old, Enrica was killed in a car accident, leaving the young Allegra to be raised by John Huston, who took on the responsibility of fatherhood without hesitation. For many years, Allegra lived under the belief that she was a true Huston. She shared her life with her half-siblings, including actress Angelica Huston, and had no inkling of the secrets surrounding her birth. It wasn't until her teenage years that her stepmother, Cece, revealed the shocking truth. John Huston was not her biological father. Instead, her real father was John Julius Norwich, a prominent figure in British society. This revelation turned Allegra's world upside down, as she struggled to reconcile the identity she had known with the reality of her biological roots. Despite the initial shock and confusion, John Huston's love and care for Allegra never wavered. He continued to raise her as his daughter, a testament to the deep bond they shared. For Allegra, John Huston remained a pivotal figure in her life, regardless of blood ties. His unwavering devotion demonstrated that family is not always defined by biology, but by the relationships we build and the love we share. Allegra later chronicled her experiences in her memoir. Love Child, a memoir of family, lost and found, where she explored the complex emotions surrounding her discovery of her true parentage. The memoir delves into her unique family dynamics, the challenges of growing up with two father figures, and the impact of her mother's early death. Allegra's journey of self-discovery and healing became a source of strength, and through her writing, she found solace in telling her story. Today, Allegra Houston has built a successful career as an author and screenwriter. Her resilience in navigating the complexities of her identity and family relationships has shaped her into a thoughtful and introspective writer. Her story stands as a testament to the power of love, acceptance, and the ability to find one's own path, even in the face of personal upheaval. Michael Lindsey Hogg, The Search for a Famous Father. Michael Lindsey Hogg is renowned for his work as a director, having directed the Beatles' final film Let It Be and several iconic music videos for the Rolling Stones, including Hey Jude and Revolution. His influence on rock and roll culture is undeniable, and his contributions to television and film have cemented his place in the entertainment industry. However, behind his professional success lay a deeply personal mystery that has long intrigued both him and the public: the question of his paternity. Born in 1940, Michael was raised as the son of Sir Edward Lindsey Hogg, a titled baronet. His mother, the famous Irish-American actress Geraldine Fitzgerald, was a glamorous figure in Hollywood, known for her roles in classic films like Wuthering Heights and Dark Victory. Throughout Michael's life, he carried suspicions about his biological parentage, wondering if Sir Edward was truly his father. The reason for his doubt was rooted in persistent rumors and the striking resemblance he bore to another man, legendary filmmaker and actor Orson Welles. In the 1930s, it was widely rumored that Geraldine Fitzgerald had an affair with Orson Welles, who was married to actress Virginia Nicholson at the time. Welles, already famous for his groundbreaking work in theater and film, was an irresistible figure in Hollywood. Despite these rumors, Fitzgerald consistently denied that Welles was Michael's father, and she took the secret with her to her grave in 2005. However, as Michael grew older, the physical similarities between him and Welles became harder to ignore. Their shared features, particularly their unmistakable profiles, fueled Michael's suspicions that Welles was indeed his real father. Driven by the desire to know the truth, Michael took matters into his own hands. He sought answers through a DNA test, hoping to resolve the lingering questions about his paternity. However, the results were inconclusive, leaving the matter unresolved. While science could not provide definitive confirmation, a close family friend, socialite and designer Gloria Vanderbilt, offered the closure Michael had long sought. Vanderbilt, a confidant of both Welles and Fitzgerald, confirmed to Michael that Orson Welles was, in fact, his biological father. Her affirmation, though not scientifically proven, validated what Michael had suspected for much of his life. Despite the uncertainties surrounding his parentage, Michael Lindsey Hogg forged an impressive career in his own right. His work spanned multiple genres and mediums, from directing influential music videos to acclaimed television shows like Brideshead Revisited and films such as Nasty Habits and The Object of Beauty. He created iconic moments in music history, such as capturing the Beatles' final live performance on the rooftop of Apple Corps, and directed projects for the Rolling Stones, Elton John, and other major figures in rock music. Michael's story is one of personal and professional determination. Although questions about his lineage remained unanswered for much of his life, he never let that uncertainty define him. Instead, he focused on his work, carving out a legacy as a visionary director in his own right, separate from the shadow of his famous potential father. His journey reflects the resilience of a man who sought truth, but ultimately found his greatest identity through his art. Liv Tyler, the discovery of her rock star father. Liv Tyler, best known for her iconic portrayal of Arwen in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, grew up believing that her father was rock musician Todd Rundgren. Throughout her childhood, she carried Rundgren's last name and had no reason to question her parentage. Her mother, model and singer Beba Buell, had a long-term relationship with Rundgren and raised Liv under the assumption that he was her father. However, behind the scenes, there was a more complex truth that would eventually come to light. In the mid-1970s, Buell had a brief romantic relationship with Steven Tyler, the lead singer of Aerosmith, during a period when she was also involved with Rundgren. At the time, Steven Tyler was struggling with drug addiction, and Buell, concerned about his instability and inability to provide a healthy environment for their child, chose not to involve him in Liv's life. Instead, she listed Rundgren as Liv's father on her birth certificate, believing he could offer a more stable presence in her daughter's life. It wasn't until Liv was around 11 years old that she began to notice something unusual. During a concert, she saw Steven Tyler for the first time and was struck by how much she resembled him. This resemblance, combined with an instinctive connection, led her to question her mother. Confronting Buell, Liv asked about her biological father. Buell then revealed the truth. Steven Tyler was her real father. This revelation was a pivotal moment in Liv's life, altering her understanding of her identity. Despite the shock, Liv embraced her relationship with Steven Tyler. The two gradually formed a close bond, and Liv made the significant decision to change her surname from Rundgren to Tyler. Both Todd Rundgren and Steven Tyler remained important figures in her life, with Liv acknowledging both as father figures. She has often spoken about how grateful she is to have had Rundgren in her life during her early years, recognizing his love and support. Though the circumstances surrounding her birth were complicated, Liv went on to carve out a highly successful career. She first entered the entertainment industry as a model at the age of 14, capturing attention with her striking beauty and poise. Shortly after, she transitioned into acting, making her film debut in Silent Fall. Liv quickly gained recognition for her performances in Empire Records and Stealing Beauty, solidifying her place in Hollywood. Her breakthrough role as the ethereal elf Arwen in the Lord of the Rings trilogy brought her worldwide fame and established her as one of the most talented actresses of her generation. It's remarkable how many of these love children have gone on to achieve great success despite the complexities of their upbringing. They refuse to let the circumstances of their birth define them, rising above the label to accomplish their goals and build their own identities.